actually looks really good. I'm pleased with this. So where we are now, next time I will begin to put it together. That trailer was on top of this trailer, it looks like, and then this trailer, I think a lot of this was over in the neighbor's yard that we cleaned out yesterday. If you'd like to follow the process of turning a block of wood like this into a guitar like this, then you've come to the right place. And if you would like to see me give this guitar away, click subscribe, hit the bell. Well, hey guys, welcome back to Let's Build a Guitar. Look at this. It is coming together and it is shiny, and look at that wood grain, that curly maple's getting just really beautiful there. I don't think I could get wood to look any more gold than what I did. And that's our goal, is to make it gold. This is 24 karat gold leaf, and then into the wood there, which I've made it as gold as I could, put a little special design in there. Hey, so I am at the point where I think I could sand this and polish it now because it feels good enough. But this is a special guitar, so I am going to sand it with 800 grit again and take another day of spraying it and continue working on that guitar over there. But before I do that, something so much more serious. As you know, even though this is a guitar building channel, there's a lot of things on here that I do that aren't just about building guitars. This is really a channel in which you're coming along for a ride with me in life, and I build guitars, and that's what I share mostly. But there are times when I just have to do other things, and I could choose to not do a video at all, or I could choose to show you what I'm doing in life. Right now, the southern part of the United States has just been hit by some really nasty tornadoes. Mississippi, Little Rock, Arkansas, Missouri. So guys, we're gonna come back and work on these guitars, but first I'm gonna take this trip for a week down to Wynne, Arkansas. Go on the trip with me. Guys, it's only gonna be for a few minutes. One of the things I know, as awesome as these guitars can be, and I mean, not just guitars I'm building, I'm not trying to brag there. I'm just saying, you know, I love guitars. I love guitar playing. I like guitar stuff. I like guitar pedals. All of that will one day be destroyed, and there are things that are much more important. And so let's go see if we can make a difference in a few people's lives and win. So right now I've got to go get the rest of the group. One thing I didn't tell you, it's 5:30 in the morning. Hey, so we just passed into Arkansas. It is now 7:45 p.m. Tim is with me. Tim's on this trip to come and help out with the disaster relief stuff as well. I think we're primarily going to be cleaning up wood, like cutting trees, chainsaws, that type of thing. So, well, we made it to Jonesboro, Arkansas late last night, and we are having an alarm go off. It's not mine, is it? Nope, it's Dan Miller's. Anyway, we made it to Jonesboro, Arkansas late last night, and it's about 5:38 in the morning right now. We're gonna go maybe have a little Waffle House while we're down here, and we don't see a lot of Waffle Houses around where we're at. We know those are a highly affluent establishment. So I'm gonna go to Waffle House, which is just over across the parking lot. Then we're gonna go see what it's like out and about, and we're about 45 minutes away from where the tornado touched down in Wynne, Arkansas. this is the high school. You got to see the superintendent was interviewed right afterwards.
Apart, leaving the building behind me in pieces. The superintendent here tells me he's glad his community is safe, and that means more than any building. Memories are easy to make.
You know, it is tough. I mean, this is our home.
But they're hard to let go. For when Superintendent Kenneth Moore, memories of this building are gone, swept up and destroyed.
Man, as you have seen, we've got mass destruction on this site specifically.
And had it not been for a decision by Moore,
For me personally, I feel like the Lord was just telling me it's not worth it, let's get them out of here.
this would be a different conversation.
This was the cafeteria.
Because had they not dismissed,
We lost every kid.
We got the kids out of here at 1:30. The last person was out of the building at 3:30.
just over an hour later, and this is all that's left. Debris on tables, halls full of memories gone. It's hard to see, but Moore's not thinking about the building.
But that building is a building. It's not a life. And I'm just thanking the Lord that we got our kids out.
So right now we are getting the frame hopefully flipped off onto its wheels if possible from this trailer. Now what you see here is not just a trailer that's upside down. You're seeing a trailer that's upside down on top of another trailer. There we go. There it goes. Perfect. From this side now you can see a little bit more of the fact that that trailer was on top of this trailer, it looks like. And then this trailer, I think a lot of this was over in the neighbor's yard that we cleaned out yesterday. This place right behind me is just across the road from where we're working, just up over here. 2 people were killed in the storm right here. This large tree came down, and it was a boyfriend and girlfriend is my understanding, and he tried to protect her by covering her with his body. But they both ended up being crushed. Sad story around here. I mean, if I just turn around real slow and you look, you can just see absolute devastation. And you check out these images from above of this area and just see how much devastation there actually is. If you have it in you to possibly volunteer with a church group or with Red Cross or Salvation Army. There's a lot of different groups you can volunteer with. And, here we are. Look around me. See how many volunteers there are? Seriously, I see a couple handfuls here and there. Now, earlier today, for a little while, there were a couple of schools, thank the Lord, there were a couple schools that let their kids come and get the day off school, and they could come and help out. So there were 4 bus loads of kids that we saw come. And a lot of schools are just going to be afraid of the insurance purposes and all that, and I get that. And you don't want them to be in dangerous situations. But the fact is, there are things that can just be picked up and moved over without being dangerous. We just need to help people out. There's not many volunteers here. It's surprising. Not near enough anyway. I'm now back in my shop, as you can see here, and just got back last night. I think of that trip, the one situation that impacted me the most was for a man named Eddie and his wife. Their home was one of the homes where there was literally somebody else's house in pieces in their backyard. And their backyard was just absolutely filled up. Now, this is the way their house looked. Their house, the back was blowing off. This was their living room, TV room area. And you can see the wall is missing, the roof is missing. The rest of the house is all bowed out. They're hoping to fix it. This area of town isn't a town where people really started off with a lot in the first place. But when we got there, this lady was sitting out on her pickup on the back side of the pickup truck, and probably in her 60s, I suppose. And I think they have grandkids, I believe. Anyway, she was just crying. And one of our ladies, our dear Alice, who is almost 80 years old and has gone on many of these disaster relief trips with us, she walks over to this lady, and her husband had told us, Eddie had told us, he said that his wife just was not doing very well at all. And she went over to this lady, and she just walked over and put her hands on and started praying for her. And later on, later on in that day, I was talking with her as well, and she told me what happened and how she was just in this despair, and how this strange lady, this Alice, came up to her and just started praying for her, and how it was at that point that her spirits just really started to lift. Then our team was able to go in there, and we cleaned out the entire backyard. Everything was taken out. Now here's the fun part, is it was a mess, right? There was another house in their backyard, just a disaster back there. And we got it all cleaned out, and I go up to Eddie, and his wife is standing there, and I go up afterwards. I said, man, it was a mess back there. And she made the comment, yeah, he's a hoarder, as if it was his mess. And I meant the tornado was a mess, but apparently he had quite a few different car parts and stuff back there and everything. But anyway, she now had hope again. The demeanor change from the morning to the night was absolutely, completely changed. She looked so forlorn and so lost earlier in the day. And at the end of the day, she was ready to plant a garden. That's an amazing thing, because that is hope returned. And guys, you can impact people's lives that way. I want you to know that. Just be aware, you have the power to transform lives. That's pretty amazing. So as to where I'm at with the guitar, as I said before, I'm now at the place where I'm going to just sand this down again with 800 grit, spray it one more time. This should be the last time I have to spray. Then we're going to start putting the guitar together. When wet sanding and just sanding in general for these, your fingers are at least as important, if not more important, than your eyes, because you can feel things. And so, like a little spot I've got right here that I need to do. I've got 28 coats of polyurethane on here. Now, there are 28 thin coats of polyurethane. I really believe I'm now at the place, usually at about 21 coats, I'm good enough. But because of the thickness of the gold foil, or the gold leaf on here, it took a little bit extra to make that nice and level and not be able to feel any of the bumps or roughness. So it is completely smooth now. And yet I still need to start sanding. I'll sand with 800 grit, and then I'm going to start sanding it up until it's polished. There's light orange peel, and that's what we're trying to get rid of. You could almost leave it like this and it would look pretty good, but if I look across it, I can see that orange peel, like an orange skin on there, and we want that to not be like that. If you can see those little shiny spots as I go across the wood, I want to get rid of those shiny spots. Those are the dips that are in the wood yet, and I'm trying to level this out. It's pretty level, but you can still see that. So I'm leveling it out, and then we're going to bring the shine back up. It almost looks shiny here right now, but it's not. It's quite dull, but you can still see some shine, especially where those spots are. Well, I am here now polishing it up. I am not going to go into detail on how I do the polishing because I've got another video on how I polish, so you can go check out this other video. I'll try to remember to put a link below that you can go see that video if you want to see how I do my polishing. But I'm just getting it started with the turbo cut that I use, and then I'll go to the finish cut and keep on polishing. Well, hey guys, I think I've got it about done for today now. The diamonds are in. It has actually been 48 hours since I put the diamonds in, because I put those diamonds in and then I turned it sideways and put these diamonds in. They feel good. So we've got the side dots, we've got the front. It is pretty well all polished up. The polish looks pretty good. Actually looks really good. I'm pleased with this. So where we are now, next time I will begin to put it together. I've got to make the nut out of brass and start putting everything together here, and hopefully very soon, maybe next episode, it'll be playable. All right, thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate it. Please like and subscribe. I really appreciate that. It makes a big difference for the algorithms and everything for YouTube, so you could be a real help for me if you would like and subscribe. I'd appreciate that. Keep fighting for joy. We'll see you next time.